Hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching this Southern Island game review of Yu-Gi-Oh! Arc 5 episode code 99 and 100. Here we go. Uh, I'm gonna do a top 11 because I don't because there's so many things happening. Anyway, okay, number 11, new opening. It's definitely very intense. Like I like the upbeat of the song. The song is very upbeat because it starts out a little dark and gritty. Then it brings you more into the story, like with a nice upbeat. Hey, I mean, it's a 1 hour special, which is something they never did in Arc V before. Uh, all right, so it's definitely a huge surprise, a very huge and big surprise. All right, so that there you go. Oh, number 11, trying to rescue coming to the tower. Like right now, they're trying to rescue Yuzu. Sure, he's gonna try run away with her, take her to the to the fusion dimension and to Akabalio so he can get back in their good graces. It's not, as it's definitely very intense. So consider everything that's happening. And he's trying to be desperate. Uh, you know, num, uh, number number nine, number nine. And duel. The duel is very intense. Rod dueling with Roger. Like the duel continues. Roger thinks he's so smug. Uh, it's very intense seeing how Wei is. He thinks that he's immune because he has his Anki Gear Devil. I'm glad we got a new Ancient Gear fusion, but it doesn't seem to do much. It's not really much of an attack. He's just wearing down his enemy, which is what he did. Number eight, Roger. He's trying to her and Renji. They do. Renji comes up with a strategy. He uses Chaos Apocalypse from which is a card from the new Yu-Gi-Oh! Starter Deck series that's still in Japan and not available here. Pendulum Domination. I think that comes out soon, probably after Breakers of Shadows. It's pretty intense. And I like the way it is. It's very very dark, very gritty. I mean, he uses these new pendulum Thomas, pendulum Nicola. Now he uses it to try to destroy using pendulum summon. He uses fusion and synchro together, using 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 in Chaos Apocalypse as materials for both. He does this. He does this so well, like that into that he beats. He defeats Roger, but it's very hard for him now. Roger, he's very crafty, coming up with a way to keep like he keeps looking like he's keep coming back over and over again, which is number seven. And then Roger, the Eternal Duel, which is the name of this episode. Roger, he's right now cheating, basically trying to use copies of himself. He's not even really dueling. He's using copies of himself to continue the duel while being safe and with Yuzu by his side. It's very intense. But he's just cheating. He tries to make a run for it, but no. Uh, and number six, secrets reveal. Roger in his hoist, he reveals that Renji's father, Akabalio, is the leader of Duel Academy. Like he was responsible for everything, but Renji never told them the truth. He never told them the truth of what happened. He never told them the truth. If he never told them what really, really happened, what this is really about, he wants to stop his father from conquering the dimensions, but he never trusted them with the real truth. The only one who knew was Selena, Yuzu, who, Kurosaki. Very few characters knew. So it's very intense. Number five, Roger going crazy. He tries to run away. He doesn't. I like that Yuya was the one who saved her. I like that they had that moment. He saved her, and using his trademark hippo. Like it's like very. It's a good. It's good because it's like a reunion again. Like they haven't seen each other so long. We waited like a year for this, and this is like very intense. But Roger being this craziness, now he tries to destroy everyone using his machine to transport beyond dimensions. And he tries to suck in the entire city in the void between dimensions where nothing exists. and saying you're going down, I'm taking you with me. He's just suicidal now. It's very intense. Which leads me to my next X number five. I They're in the XYZ Dimension. Roger's machine malfunctions, sending Yuya. I mean, it got rid of Roger, but it sends Yuzu, Yuya, Tharutar, Higonzaka, Kurosaki to Heartland. And the city is a mess. It's a very dark place. In the opening, we get to see Heartland, and it's a virtual disaster. I mean, they were attacked blindsided. The city is in ruins. It looks like there's nobody there. It's nobody, very intense. Tense. It's very dark and gritty. Very dark, gritty city. When you feel it, when you see this, you're gonna understand how and why. Number four, wandering throughout the city. Like they try to find their friends and find what's happening. Kurosaki went off on his own because he knows the city well. How like how well. How I mean he's trying. I like how in this episode we get to see recap to when Academia first attacked. They explain how they captured one of them, and he explained the dimensional war, or aimed the four dimensions, and what's going to happen. It's very intense, and we get to see Yuto again, which is something I like to see because we don't get to see a lot of Yuto. I know his spirit is still alive in Yuya or whatever, but it's good to see. But a lot of people hope he's going to be corporeal again. He's going to have his own body because he can't stay stuck in Yuya forever. They'll probably find a way to get them unstuck together. And that's something that's gotta happen, you know. And that's part of the mystery of why these people all have the same face, Definitely very intense. Number number three, he confronting Academia, and we get see the Academia. They're in the city. They're still just taking people's lives, turning them into cards. We get to see this woman who's a mother, has two boys. Her and she's scared of duelists and duel. They try to convince her that they're not their enemy. Seeing how well they are, how nice they are, they finally get to know that most of the resistance has disappeared since what happened. Like the city has gone to ruin. There's no one defending the city. It's a wasteland. I mean, and they're living in shambles and stutter. And most of the people are gone, so there's no one to help fix it. You know. Oh, all right. And it's very intense. And it's number two, Arc Area Project. We get to know the name of the plan. It's called the Arc Area Project, where they know about the worlds united, about the worlds united, the united world. They're trying to make all the four dimensions one, but they're doing this so by force, so they can rule over them. That's Akabalio's ambition to rule over all the dimensions. And these guys well aware of all that. It's called the Arc Area Project. And I like how they do it. They call it that, the Arc Area Project, because the name Arc is like it's using the name of the series in the plan. Yu-Gi-Oh! Arc 5, which is very clever. It's very nice. But Yuya, he doesn't want. He was kind of convinced that the true meaning of dueling is to make people happy, not cause them pain. We get to even see some flashback to what happened during the XYZ arc. Everything that happened up to that point, from then to now, it's very intense. Even when he had his duel with Jack, very intense. They even beat them. I like how when Yuya performs Pendulum Summon, and they all say the same swing, Pendulum of the Soul, draw an arc, one towards each other, from across each other. It's very intense. How they all say the chant, because they're all in this together. They're Lancers. Like their goal is to stop this dimension war and defeat Academia. Yeah, and stop this. And show them the true meaning of dueling. Even though we don't get to see Gongenzaka before Pendulum Summon Kosaki, they even bring out their ace monsters, but monsters, it's pretty fast paced, but it's pretty intense. They're trying to show the true meaning of dueling. And my number one is got to be a tie between Kai Tenjo and Kai Tenjo showing up and see clips from Yu-Gi-Oh! The Dark Side of Dimensions. Well, first of all, Kai Tenjo, he's concerned. We already confirmed like a month ago they were going in the for their XYZ arc, for the end of the Synchro arc towards the XYZ arc, that we're going to see Tai Tenjo, but he's the only confirmed character we see from Zexal on there. We have no idea who else is coming, and so it's very intense. And we already got confirmed that Alexis and Sir Phoenix from GX That's just gonna be in here. Yeah, it's very, and I do like it. I like the cameo. You know, it was, you know, I mean, Yu-Gi-Oh! Arc 5 is the first to put cameos of other characters from other series into this. Altogether, it's pretty intense. We never seen characters from different series unite before since the last Yu-Gi-Oh! Movie, Yu-Gi-Oh! Bonds Beyond Time. I mean, I like that show, and I gotta rewatch it. I can seeing the look in Kite's eyes, seeing how intense he's probably gonna be even more ruthless with his new Galaxy Eyes monster. He's very intense, and say and the preview it let him know that Kite means business. He's gonna crush them with everything he has. And seeing the clips from Yu-Gi-Oh! Dark Side of Dimension, I know it comes out until later in the month, but I can't wait to see it because I feel nostalgic because seeing all the old characters, seeing new things from. I mean, I basically watched Yu-Gi-Oh! Almost all the time as a kid, and so seeing new stuff, seeing new things from one of my favorite shows. And it's supposed to continue to the events after the original series. So this is something you gotta think about. You know what I mean? I'm open minded, so I like it, and I like that we're gonna see this new enemy who's not just threatening Yugi and his friends, but the entire world. And it looks like he's up to something very bad. Anyway, that's all I gotta say. Hey, I liked it, and one of the things I was mentioned earlier about there's this fan theory about this dark dimension that's in between in the four dimensions. Yu-Gi-Oh! Synchro exceeds its standard. This is one of the biggest fan theory, and this dimension and is like the source dimension and holds the souls of everyone and everything from, and it's where it spawned from, and it contains the souls of everything and anything that's happened, you know, up to now, you know. It's very intense, and he says that's where the darkness is everyone's souls from, and that's the original source dimension where when the people who share the same faith come from before the worlds became divided. Anyway, that's all I gotta say. Hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching. Comment, subscribe. Thank you. This is Solid Ass gave a latest review of Yu-Gi-Oh! Arc 5 episode 99 and 100. Hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching. Comment, subscribe. Thank you. Bye.